I wasn't supposed to hear it, but fate enjoys irony. The registry office was quiet, its stale air echoing with the shuffle of papers and the murmur of clerks behind glass partitions. I arrived early, too early. My heels clicked against the tile floor, an announcement of eagerness. I thought it was love pulling me forward. Instead, it was betrayal pushing me into position. From the corner, I heard his voice, warm, familiar, laced with the same casual arrogance I once mistook for charm. He spoke into his phone, lowered, but not low enough. Don't worry, Mom. After the papers are signed, everything she owns will be ours. She's naive. Trust me. I froze. The bouquet of promises we had built together wilted in. A second, my fiance, my future husband, plotting my financial execution with the woman who smiled at me across Sunday. Dinners. For one moment, my chest caved in, but then clarity. Cold, sharp. Clarity. We met at a fundraiser. He handed me a glass of champagne with that perfect grin. And I thought, finally, a man who saw me, who admired the scars I never spoke of, who laughed at my humor instead of dismissing it. He had patience. He had ambition. He had me, or so I believed. There were red flags. His insistence on handling my investments for my own good. The way his mother critiqued everything from my career to my lipstick. But I ignored them. I wanted to believe in us. And belief is the most dangerous currency. It blinds. It binds. It buries truth. Little shifts. That's how I noticed. He came home later. He turned his phone. Screen away. He spoke of our plans, but acted on his. Still, I told myself, nerves, stress, wedding pressure. Until today, until those words seared into me. Like a brand, I did not crumble. I inhaled, exhaled, and placed my hand on the cool steel of the registry's door. Handle. My mind was no longer a battlefield of emotions. It was a chess. Bored, and I, quiet, underestimated, was already 10 moves ahead. I did not confront him then. No, confrontation satisfies the heart but starves the mind. Instead, I smiled when he walked, and later, papers in hand, like nothing was wrong. That smile was my first weapon. That night, I pulled out the files he never asked about, the prenuptial agreement he assumed I would never draft. My lawyer, an old friend he never bothered to meet, had been thorough. If he married me, he would walk away with nothing. If he tried to swindle me, his fraud would be documented in ink and time-stamped. But I needed more. I needed a stage. On the wedding morning, I asked him to meet at the registry office early. He thought it was nerves. I thought it was theater. He arrived polished and confident, rehearsed in the role of devoted fiance. We stood before the clerk. Papers exchanged. His hand trembled with anticipation. Mine trembled with purpose. I waited until the last line, the signature, and then slid my document forward, not the marriage license, the prenuptial agreement. His smile faltered. His eyes darted across the page. He stuttered. What is this? I tilted my head, feigning innocence. Oh, just a formality. If your love is as true as you claim, you won't mind protecting what's mine. The clerk looked on. The silence thickened. He had two choices. sign and bind himself to, honesty, or refuse and reveal his hand. He chose neither. He stormed out, muttering curses under his breath, leaving me at the altar of bureaucracy, with the pen still uncapped. Later that night, I mailed a recording. Yes, the one I captured at the registry office, when he whispered into his phone, sent it to his mother, his employer, and the bank that held his accounts. 1. Message. 3 recipients. His world, unraveled in triplicate. By morning, he was unemployed. By evening, his mother was silent. By nightfall, his credit was frozen. He had gambled with my trust. But I owned the deck. I sat by my window, wine in hand, watching the city. Lights flicker. I should have cried. I should have mourned. But instead, I smiled. Not the brittle smile I wore for him, but the quiet curve of someone who has survived and outmaneuvered. Love had been the bait, betrayal the lesson, revenge the liberation. He thought he was the hunter. He forgot I was patient enough to play the prey. Now I am free, and he will remember me every time he sees the ruins of his own making, because sometimes justice doesn't wear a robe. Sometimes it wears a pink dress and a smile sharp enough to cut